Hey everyone, welcome. I am absolutely thrilled to have you join me today for this explainer. We're going to be embarking on a really incredible, informative journey. Imagine a continuous vertical descent straight down into the hidden depths of our own planet. We spend our whole lives walking around on solid ground, always looking up at the sky. But today we're looking down. We are going to explore a realm that is literally as alien and breathtaking as anything you'd find in outer space. So grab a seat, get comfortable, take a deep breath, and let's begin our descent into the silent blue.
Our journey kicks off with this really perfect thought from our source material. It says, "Greetings. The world's ocean is not just a vast reservoir of water, but a mysterious part of our Earth where many secrets are still hidden from humans today." I mean, that just perfectly sets the stage for what we're about to uncover, right? We usually just think of the sea as this nice backdrop for our beach vacations, just a flat blue expanse. But beneath those crashing waves is a deeply dynamic, living, three-dimensional world packed with profound secrets. We're going to peel back those layers today.
Section 1. Earth's largest part. To really wrap our heads around the ocean, we first got to understand its massive scale, starting right up at the sunlit surface. If you look at the surface composition of our planet, it is heavily, and I mean heavily, dominated by the ocean. The land masses we actually live on, the continents, the mountains, all those deserts, they're totally the minority. Our source highlights this as our first major takeaway. Earth is mostly covered by water. But it's not just about the surface area. Because of this gigantic footprint, the ocean is the absolute primary driver of Earth's climate and ecosystems. Literally everything that happens on land is fundamentally dictated by this massive body of water. And this sheer scale is absolutely crucial because of things like phytoplankton. These are microscopic marine organisms that just float right at the sunlit surface of the water. You can't even see them with the naked eye. Yet, our source points out this phenomenal fact. The ocean produces a major share of the oxygen that enters Earth's atmosphere, and it's mostly thanks to these little invisible surface dwellers. Just think about that for a second. With every other breath you take, you're inhaling oxygen produced by invisible, floating forests in the sea. They are single-handedly keeping this entire planet breathing. It's like the ultimate example of how something microscopic can have a literal planetary scale impact. Now, another massive function of these surface waters is heat absorption. The ocean absorbs just enormous amounts of heat from our climate system. Think of it like a colossal global thermal sponge. If the ocean wasn't soaking up all this excess heat, temperatures on land would be wildly different and, frankly, totally uninhabitable for us. It acts as this perfect planetary thermostat, keeping everything nicely regulated. Section 2, Amazing World of Marine Life. So as we leave that sunlit surface behind and glide slightly deeper into the midwaters, you'll notice the light fading from bright blue to a deeper azure. Down in these midwaters, we enter a totally vibrant new ecosystem. It contains an unbelievable variety of life, scaling all the way from those invisible, microscopic phytoplankton we just talked about, right up to enormous, majestic whales. The biological diversity here is just staggering. You've got environments bursting with life, tiny, colorful fish darting through coral reefs, sea turtles gliding along the currents, massive fields of pulsing jellyfish, and, of course, apex predators prowling the open water. This single, continuous environment hosts the most extreme differences in the scale of life anywhere on Earth. And all this diversity leads to some brilliantly complex communication. You see, in a realm where vision gets less and less reliable as the water gets darker, marine animals had to adapt. Take whales and dolphins, for example. They communicate using sound. But here's the really mind-blowing part highlighted in our data. Sound waves can travel huge distances through seawater. We're talking way farther and faster than they do through the air that we breathe. So these animals are basically using the unique physical properties of the ocean as a massive, invisible telephone network, sending complex messages to each other across vast expanses of the sea. Section 3. A world inside the ocean. Moving on, as we continue our descent, the water gets noticeably colder, and the light from above pretty much completely disappears. We're dropping deep now, leaving the open water behind to reach the actual ocean floor. And let me tell you, it is anything but flat. Down here, you find enormous landscapes that seriously resemble another world. When most people imagine the bottom of the ocean, they kind of just picture a flat, boring bed of sand. But it's actually incredibly dynamic. We're talking towering underwater mountains, active volcanic vents literally shaping the Earth's crust, and these deep, plunging trenches. It is a rugged, dramatic, almost alien terrain living in permanent twilight or complete darkness, totally hidden from our view on the surface. Naturally, that alien landscape comes with an equally alien environment. We're talking extreme pressure, total darkness, and temperatures hovering right above freezing. Imagine the weight of millions of tons of water just pressing down on you from above. No way you or I could survive that. Yet, the true miracle of this ecosystem is that life still finds a way. Our source points out that some deep-sea animals have miraculously adapted to not just survive, but actively thrive under these unimaginably harsh realities. It totally pushes the boundaries of what we even consider life to be capable of. Section 4. The dark depths of the ocean. Okay, we have now reached the absolute climax of our descent, entering the pitch-black abyss. We are now 11 kilometers deep. Yup, you heard that right. That is roughly the depth of the deepest known point of the ocean, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench. 11 kilometers straight down below sea level. That jaw-dropping number really puts the scale of these depths into perspective. It's an almost unfathomable distance to travel straight down into the Earth's crust, completely submerged in pitch-black water. Because of that genuinely terrifying depth and extreme pressure, a massive chunk of these deepest areas remains completely unexplored. It's just this huge void in human knowledge. Think about it. Despite all of our modern technology, the satellites, the high-tech submersibles, the vast majority of the deep ocean floor has simply never been seen by human eyes. Looking at the sheer volume of this unexplored space compared to what we actually do know, it's honestly pretty humbling. But you know what? That massive unexplored area is exactly what makes the deep sea so incredibly exciting. Scientists are continually discovering entirely new marine species and oceanic mysteries. This isn't just past history, it's an active, ongoing frontier. Every single time we send a probe or a sub down into the dark, we learn something new. We're finding creatures that look like they literally belong in a sci-fi movie. It just goes to show that so much of the sea remains a total mystery, just waiting to be understood. Which brings us to this really powerful realization from our source material. To translate the thought, as beautiful as the ocean looks on the surface, it is actually far more mysterious. Inside it exists a world that humanity has not yet fully understood. I absolutely love that quote because it really captures our whole journey today. We started out looking at that beautiful, sunlit surface that regulates our climate and gives us the oxygen we breathe. But as we traveled down, we saw just how deceptive that surface beauty really is. Beneath it is this vast, ancient, complex machine filled with bizarre geology, extreme conditions, and life forms we are only just beginning to figure out. So I want to leave you with one final, lingering question. Will humanity ever discover all the secrets of this mysterious ocean world? As our tech gets better and better, we're definitely pushing deeper into the abyss and shedding new light on the silent blue. But with an environment so massive and so inherently hostile to human life, it kind of makes you wonder if some secrets are just destined to remain hidden in the dark forever. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible deep sea explainer. Keep your curiosity alive, keep asking questions, and I will see you next time as we continue to break down the most fascinating topics our world has to offer.